Good morning, beautiful, beautiful people. It's a new day. My mom likes this. She says I look like a zebra. Yeah, you look gorgeous. I hope someone this morning, I hope someone today has told you that you look gorgeous. Sir, you look handsome. I hope someone's told you that. I hope that you are surrounded by people who don't just big you up for no reason, but celebrate you. Anyway, I'm gonna do something different today. This isn't a vlog. It's literally just gonna be me talking about a few things that I struggle with. And I think I'm just gonna pick one thing. I'm just gonna be real. Like, when I'm actually going through the things, I'll maybe just talk about it. And if it helps some people, then good. If it doesn't, then will probably help me. So I'm just gonna get changed and I'm gonna walk around the corner and get myself a coffee. So give me 5. Yeah, I'm ready. So one of the main things that I struggle with, and I think especially as a guy, like, I don't know, I think naturally we're just not as inclined to find it super easy. Not all of us, I don't wanna generalize. But I don't think we're as inclined to be super open with our feelings. And I'm that stereotype. But I have a process, I have a mind default that isn't the best, that sometimes makes it harder for me to share how I feel and to share what's going on with me. Actually, I could say it's kind of my fault. I don't know why I think like this, but maybe some of you do too. Or this process that I go through is the reason why people ultimately can get fed up with me. And it's all based on expectations. And I think that a lot of us really have a lot of heavy expectations on people. And that's the basis of what my miscommunication or my kind of not knowing how to speak to people stems from. So this is the typical things, right? The typical things that everybody goes through, right? Which are, I don't want to burden someone. I don't want people to have to deal with my problems. That's a lot of the time, some of the main issues is that we don't all the time want people to deal with our stuff. Other typical one, you don't feel that people care. But that's the thing. I think for me is I've realized why I think people don't care, and I think it's a lot to do with my mind. So I'll give you an example. Example I can give you is that, and I do this a lot of the time, right? And I've started to notice patterns that I have when it comes to just unhealthy thinking. And one of the things that I do is say if I do something I've got a gig, or I got asked to go somewhere and take some pictures, or just something cool happened in my life, and I mentioned it to say someone who I want to mention it to, and let's say they don't ask me later, right? To me, naturally I just go, oh well, they don't want to know. I know that sounds silly, but you know what I mean? So, and that's just the tip of it. Sometimes I can even say, say if I can give you another example. Say if I make a beat, I make a sick song or something like that. Let's say I might make one, and I say oh yo homie, I say to a friend of mine or whoever, my sister or whatever, I say hey, I made this sick beat. You really need to hear it, right? We're walking to my place or something like that. This is how silly it can get. So don't judge me. I'm being open, right? I can go home and we'll be together, and then if the whole time I'll be this is so I'll be sitting there waiting for them to ask, yo, play me that track, when I could just fully just go hey, can I play you the song? But it's almost for me, it's hoping that the person would care enough to that their interest means that they care, which means that I want to share. So it's crazy sometimes how the things that we think about can really determine our perspective on people and how we share. Ultimately, sometimes it happens on small scales and big scales. I could go through something huge and I'll say to someone I need to talk to, or something happened to me, and if they don't say like, hey, what happened in the time frame that I put for them to ask me that question, it's almost like I brush it off as irrelevant, which is unhealthy for me, and it's really unhealthy for my friendships, and it's unhealthy for my relationships. But the reason why I'm sharing this is that like I'm starting to learn this pattern. So I'm starting to try and just say, hey, do you wanna listen to this? Now we're back. Or hey, like something happened to me, is it okay if I talk to you about it? Or hey, like I'm trying to learn like how things trigger certain things and how I can like overcome them. I haven't figured this out. I still struggle with all sorts of things. Like when it comes, that's why I'm saying like this isn't gonna be like a series or anything. But it's just like when I'm actually going through something, I'll let you guys know. But definitely like one thing I can say that has helped me is just try and learn. Like it takes some time. It's really taken me a long time to get like to actually notice certain things that I do. And so I'd say the best thing I could say for you to do is just pay attention to you. Look at the real reason. Sometimes it's not even a people. Like we can get so frustrated at people because they're not there for us or no one cares, but it'll be like something that you triggered in your head. So look at the things that you do, listen to yourself, realize it, and just try and like go like, what can I do to make it easier for myself to be open with other people? Anyway, I hope that wasn't too long. It's something that I struggle with. I don't know if it's something that you guys struggle with too. If not, cool. It feels good to talk about it. And I've got a new cover coming soon. Anyway guys, I'm gonna drink this coffee and then I'm gonna go to the gym. But God bless you guys. And yeah, just make it easier on each other. And comment below if this helped. And yeah, I'll do more of these because it's just good to be open. And I think especially for guys, I heard something crazy yesterday that like, you know, like in the UK, suicide for men is huge. And it just, to me, it really opens my eyes that like there's something in us as a system, there's something as a culture, there's something as the millennials, it's just something, not even the millennials, there's something as us as a people that are really ignoring the emotions of men. So not to be funny about it, but yeah, just hit me up and I hope I can do some more of these. Anyway, you guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.